everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear. 'Cause now that I've done it.
Oh yeah, welcome to the Song Club. Man, I got this shit down. It's only taken me 50 shows to finally put it all together. Now I'm like ABC or NBC or CBS or even Fox maybe. But definitely a step above MSNBC, which I've never seen in my life. I mean, I've seen it. I've never watched it. I guess it's Congress. The C and MSNBC stands for, holy shit, I'm out here at the farm. And of course it's at night. Oh yeah, and I'm drinking my coffee into the mic. Why? Because it's the Song Club, baby. That's the way we do. Excuse me, I gotta go get some shit out by the barn. Anyways, how's it going? Welcome to another Song Club. I'm your host, Bob Schneider. I want to thank all my Patreon supporters. Thanks for supporting me on Patreon. Also, supporting yourself with some of that BDE. Got some new songs that I wrote this month that you'll be getting in your inbox. And couldn't be prouder. And then some old songs. Couldn't be more ashamed. That's not true. I put in some old songs that are some of my favorite songs that I was shocked I hadn't released before on the Song Club. Guess I was saving the best for show number 50. Yeah, that's right, kids. Rejoice. Rejoice. That's my new jam right there. I just throw in that laugh every time I want to take a sip of coffee, I just throw in a laugh. Not because I'm saying anything funny. So what's been going on? Well, I've started traveling after a year of not traveling at all. And I got a chance to hang out in the Phoenix airport yesterday, and I'm going to give that airport an F for trying and failing. I think they tried. They tried to do some. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't try. Maybe they just were like, you know what? What do people have a choice? No, they have no choice. So, why even try? Maybe that was their deal. And if that was their deal, then I hate them even more. I only hate them less if they really tried and failed. Like if they were like, you know, let's make an airport experience that people are really going to love. And then failed miserably, but tried. And the reason they failed is because they're moronic or semi-retarded or full retarded. Or just inept in every way. Anyways, congratulations on your epic fail. Truly one of the shittiest airport experiences I've ever had. Now, have I been to all the airports in the world? No. But have I been to airports all over the world? Yes. And is it worse than all of them? I think so. I think it's I thought Atlanta was the worst. By the way, if you want to walk, just have a flight that goes into or out of Atlanta, and you will walk 4 to 5 miles from the time you park your car to the time you get on the airplane. You will have walked 4 or 5 miles at the Atlanta airport. And if that's your dream come true, if your dream come true is you like, one day I will walk 4 to 5 miles at an airport with all of my bags, all of my luggage, late for a flight, stressing out. If that's your idea of a dream come true, Atlanta is waiting for you. Now, if your idea of a dream come true is to scooch up to a bunch of strangers, really have no place to sit or lounge, wearing a mask with all your shit, and walk maybe not 4 to 5 miles, maybe 3 to 4 miles, then Phoenix Airport is your jam. Oh, do you want to walk past Pete's Coffee because it's closed, maybe permanently? Who knows? But I'm there at 10 in the morning and it's closed on a Monday, which leads me to believe that it's been closed forever. But it's Phoenix, so don't put anything new in there like Starbucks or something. Just keep it empty, keep the Pete's on, and close it off so that people can walk past it going, be nice to have some Pete's Coffee or just a place to sit and hang while I'm waiting. No, throw me down this long corridor, spit me out into a room that holds about 200 people with 2,000 people in it. And let's party. Let's party, PDX. Oh, that's Portland, I think. Whatever it is. Whatever the fucking name is for the Phoenix Airport. Oh, sorry, kids. Use the F-bomb. Got my Deichkind hoodie on. Deichkind's probably my favorite band right now. They're a German sort of cross between Beastie Boys and Lonely Island. Pretty great. Real art band. Anyways, they're on Instagram yesterday. I was watching them. And I was just like, man, these motherfuckers are cool. They're just straight up cool. And I was like, man, why can't I be cool? And then I realized the reason I can't be cool is because I'm a dork. And these guys might be a dork too, but here's what they don't care. This is what these guys don't give a fuck about. Anything except doing some straight up art. They're fucking German to the extreme. Like, I don't know if they live in Hamburg or Berlin, but they definitely live in one of those two cities, and I don't even know where they live. But I guarantee they're in one of those two cities. Because these motherfuckers are arty. And the thing I realized about myself is I'm arty as fuck. I'm AOF. But the music that I make and the way I present myself most of the time is sort of like middle of the road, you know, singer-songwriter, pop rock kind of thing. But really, at the end of the day, the music that I like is avant-garde and edgy and weird. Now, do I make that kind of music? You know I do, because you're in the song club and that's where you hear it. You hear that part of me in the song club. Do you hear it on my records? Not really. Because just like the milk that you get from the cow's tits, they take that cow milk. Now, does it got blood in it? Yeah. Does it have who knows what else? Poop from the other cows? Some errant poop in it? Probably. Who knows what's in that fucking milk? But they take that milk with byproducts and they boil the shit out of it. It's called pasteurization. Willie Pasteur made that shit up. That's a fact. Don't even look it up. And what it does is it makes it all nice and white and delicious. It makes it so when you open up your milk, there's not a turd or some blood in it. And that's what I do with my music. I take all the turds and the blood out of it. But now, at the song club level, where you guys are at, there you're going to see some turds, you're going to see some hair, and you're definitely going to see some blood. Now, Is that for everybody? Yeah. That's for everybody on the planet. Everybody wants it. Now, they might not think they want it. They might think they want some other shit. But they don't. They want the real deal. Anyways, that's what you're getting, and that's why you're here. So let's get into it. Let's get into this music. Enough of me mucking about on the mic like I'm damn Eric Brogasian. That's not how you say his name. Eric Bergasian? Doesn't matter. Whatever his fucking name is. That guy. Let's listen to a new song. This is a brand new one. Wrote this month. It's called The Captain. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that I'm about to put on my captain's glasses. And I'm ready to go. Let's check it out. Here's that new jam, The Captain. Let's turn it up, y'all. Let's turn it up, y'all. Let's turn it up, y'all. Let's turn it up. Hey, buddy, better watch what you say. Don't try to sell your jet skis to my Uncle Ben. And he got a little business. On the side, he told my baby that he give her a mustache ride. He said he got the hand lotion from Israel. I told him to take his lotion and he can go to hell. Wrap my blankets when I get chilly. I like it in Austin, it get a little hilly. Everybody coming here from L.A. Cause L.A. Close down your shop before the cops show up. Damn, my baby got a smile like a RoboCop. Here come the captain. He got that vaccine shot. He got that Denver pot. He like to talk a lot. Here come the captain. He got that neoprene. He always on the scene. He keep his dick real clean. Here come the captain. He got that Iowa scar. That's what I'm saying, bruh. Here come the captain. He on that lonely streak. He got that Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. His rhymes are popping, his legs are weak. His pajamas are made from the tears of geeks. He couldn't care less what you might say or speak. So don't speak, just listen, son. Hunker right down on that metal stupor till you start to feel that pain in your pooper. Justin Bieber, I'm a believer. Happened since 98, baby, don't feel the reaper. I love that popsicle party, make me feel real great. I love the way you walk around like an 8 when you're clearly a 7 or maybe a 6. Oh, look at Bobby, he's straight up being a dick, but don't worry. Look at Bobby straight up being a dick. One of my favorite lines in that song. There's some good lines in there. I do mention Benny Hanna in the third verse, but we didn't get that far. Man, some people when they play their songs for people on podcasts, I gotta take these captain glasses off. Oh, how about, there we go. So I'm telling you, I got that glass mark on my nose. And I got some heavy lighting. I got that The Weekend lighting up in the studio. It's making me look like I'm about damn fucking in my late 40s, this lighting. When in fact I'm in my uber late 30s. I mean, super late. Like, the reservation has been canceled late 30s. Like, we might need to order a bigger coffin late 30s. Anyways, that was called The Captain. I don't know what the song phrase was. I should, like, be more prepared on these things and, like, know what the song phrase was and have handy-dandy information for the listener. But that's not the way I work. I am taking a music... I thought it was a music production class, but it's a how to write songs class from this guy, Louis Bell, who's a real super famous producer. Produced a ton of hits. Did all that Post Malone stuff. I think he's worked with everybody. Anyways, I took his class. It's for this month. It's like $250, which is quite a bit of dough. And but I was like, oh man, I'll learn how to like make my songs sound better because that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm not trying to just if I'm gonna stick with that milk metaphor, I'm not. I'm trying to not just hand turds and hair and blood, but I would like to get some of that, you know, pasture raised organic milk in the bucket as well. So I figured, well, this will maybe help me do that. But it just so far everything has just been his songwriting process, which obviously it's worked for him. I mean, he's gotten some hits out of it, but I think his whole thing is like, I don't know. I feel like his whole thing is like writing a hit, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of writing a hit, just like I like the idea of having a lot of money. But what interests me more than that is what can I do that I find interesting? And usually it starts with the lyrics. Like if I have something interesting to say lyrically, that's the most important thing. But he does everything. He does this thing where he comes up with the chords, which, okay, that's easy. Do the chords, and then he adds some music. And then you come up with a melody line. All that's easy. You can do that all day long. And then once you come up with all that stuff, then you figure out what the lyrics should be with this music that you've got. And the reason that every step of the way, there's an agenda that he's got. And the agenda is make the music kind of bulletproof, make the melody bulletproof, and then once you've got this structure, now you've got to fit these lyrics to this structure. And I don't know, it just seems, anyways, I don't know. I'm doing it because why not? I've done it the other way a million times. This guy's obviously had way more success than I have in terms of how many people dig his shit. But I'm not sure how I just don't have that kind of brain where if I have an agenda where I have to make something become something, then it's me thinking. And that's not where my best stuff comes from. My subconscious, my intuition. And so usually for me it's like, yeah, I might come up with some little bit of music and then that'll make me think of some lyrics or something. And then as I'm doing the lyrics really are what dictate like what the melody should be, kind of what the song should be. Anyways, I'm trying it his way. You'll find out what I end up writing because at next month's song club, I'll have 2 songs that I wrote the Louis Bell way. So we can decide. And here's the thing. If those songs turn out really good, I'll be like, well, fuck, maybe I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I don't know. Anyways, I wrote a song this week, kind of not really using his method, but sort of starting with his method and then finishing with my method. So let's check. I don't like this song. I think it turned out pretty good. I will say this. It doesn't happen very often, but I did have the idea for the song before I went in. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get that. Song Club Utter, baby. I had the idea for the song. I don't know where I was, but I just had the line pop into my head. I was on drugs. And I was like, oh, that's such a great line. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I was like, I got to write a song called I Was on Drugs. Anyways, that's what the song's called. And the idea is, like, it might not necessarily be like illegal drugs. It could just be like love drugs or food drugs. There's lots of different types of drugs. There's lots of ways to get intoxicated that don't necessarily have anything to do with, with, I don't know, with, cocaine or whatever. All right, let's check out the song and then I'll talk about it, I guess. Let's turn it up, y'all. Already, I feel like this is some Roxy Music shit. Yeah. I was on drugs, baby. Yeah. But I wasn't on drugs. I haven't been on drugs for so long. I was never a big drug guy. I like that alcohol. That was my favorite drug. And then I did enjoy a little bit of that intercourse drugs. Sex drugs, I think is what they call it. They always say sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but it's all kind of the same thing, really. Anyways, I was never a big... First of all, drugs are illegal, so just that alone made it like, I don't want to deal with anything that's going to get me locked up. So that part wasn't cool. And ultimately, I don't know, man. My brain thinks too much. So if you combine that with drugs, it's like, I don't need to think more. Now, I never did like opiates, like heroin, Dilaudid, and stuff like that, morphine. Just because I knew me and I knew I had such a bad problem with alcohol, I was like, man, I don't want to fucking wake up the dragon with those drugs. So I never really did those. I have a feeling I would have loved those drugs because I've always been a worrywart. And I guess those drugs take the worry and wash the worry away. And you're like, oh, this is the feeling I've been wanting my whole life. And then next thing you know, you're waking up and you're sweaty and you're clammy and you're feeling that whammy. And then you got to get that slammy in that veiny. And so, yeah, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be addicted to that shit. So, and I knew I probably would. So, didn't do it. I didn't do 'em. Should we listen to another song? I feel like just listening to songs. Maybe I won't even talk much. Maybe this will be the shortest song clip of all time. Maybe. Anyways, let's listen to this next song. It's called Sisyphus. Again, like the way it turned out. Let's check it out. Here we go. Oh, yeah, already. Let's turn it up. Yeah. I need a head start, not a heartbreak. I need a hot bath, not a Shark Tank. I need a push start, not a tow truck. I need to slow down, not another fast buck. Your smile's bigger than this dance floor on. Think think you could hold me till the rest of my life is gone. When I said I need a cold one, I didn't mean a shoulder. I need a hand here with this boulder. I've been pushing up same fucking hill since I can remember when. The years are covered in snow. Say, where the fuck did everybody? I'm not sure where all the bodies are. Let's put our heads together, see if we could find the car. I think we parked it somewhere around here. Yeah, I remember seeing Sisyphus. Oh, that's that new country, son. That's that new country, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I've got a guy coming to... This is what the real podcast shit is right here. Just me being like behind the scenes like goddamn Wizard of Oz. I got a guy coming to fix my hot water heater. Now, am I going to get done with this podcast before he gets here? Probably not. If I didn't have a podcast, would he get here like 2 a.m.? By the way, it's 8:24 a.m. right now. Would the technician ever come this early? Ever in a million years if I wasn't doing a podcast? No, never. If it was like, oh, you want him to come in the morning? So that's between 8 and noon. He would be here at 12:23. But now that I'm doing this podcast, chances of him showing up in the next few minutes, almost 100%. Because that's the way it works. That's the way the world works. I don't know why, but it do. Anyways, that last song, Sisyphus, I know the music doesn't sound like it, but that's a country song. Straight up. That's that new country, son. So dig it. If you like that new country, which I do like the new country. I like the old country and I like the new country. I don't like this top 40 country that we got. Well, there's top 40. There's the new country, and then there's this sort of like, we're going to keep rewriting the same song over and over, which they're kind of doing it in all genres right now. If there's a genre, then people are just writing the same song over and over. And I feel like with country, there's a country genre and people are just rewriting the song. But the new country is different. That Sisyphus song is one of them. Now, are they going to play that on country radio? Probably. Am I going to become a big country radio star? Probably. Is that going to make me angry? No. I like being famous and I like making that money. Am I going to look out into the crowd and see a bunch of country people at my shows? Yeah. Are they going to be singing every word of that Sisyphus song? Yeah. And then when I bust out The Captain, are they going to dig it? Yeah, they're going to dig it, because just because they like country doesn't mean they don't like country rap, which is, I guess, what that Captain song is. And then country people were like, yo, man, none of that's country. I hate to break it to you, Bobby, but none of that shit is country. So I got a request from who knows who. Maybe I've written it down somewhere. I might have written it down. Let me look at my notes here and see if I've written down who this request was from. But I got a request for a song called VIVA LA DET DOWN, which is an old-ass song. Old as fuck, dude. And, oh, but I don't have it written down. Anyways. Who? Oh, Graham Esteban. Thanks, Graham, for the suggestion. Here's the song, VIVA LA DET DOWN. Now, when I wrote this song, I think I was trying to make like an R. Kelly type jam. That's what it feels like to me. Now, this is me trying to come up with an R. Kelly type jam. Now, me saying I was trying to write an R. Kelly song Does that mean I would like endorse R. Kelly as a human being? No. Fuck no. Fuck that guy. That guy's real rapey. Statutory rapey, which not a good rape. Rapey. Any rapey is bad. But yeah, he wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old girl because he kept having her say how old she was, which is gross. Anyways, don't do that, people. Anyways, people. Luckily, not everybody's horrible. Most people are good, I think. All right, let's listen to this song now that I've spoiled your dinner. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is some R&B right here. This is Bobby Schnids doing the R&B.
Like this, y'all. Oh, silver giant. You're sleeping in the sky.
What?
But she doesn't mind. She's out with the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Having a good time.
Oh, she's out with the girls like Sex in the City.
One sister to the other.
Sex in the City.
Roll the dice and see what happens in the dice roll. And turns its moment.
Doesn't mean
And
anything.
strings flowing all around. And the pants that they're wearing are tight and they make their asses look good. And there's a joint by R. Kelly on the system. And everybody goes, Viva la get down.
Viva la get down.
Everybody gets down.
Okay.
And they go,
How about that dude playing the acoustic guitar in the background like
they're
he's...
getting down tonight. And the fraternity church trying to look cool. And the bohemian girls look like zombies from prep school. And baby to the nose ring. Ready as out of sight. She says, baby, can you laugh the way you black 'em I like it? They doing a new dance on the floor called the column rush. Screaming California like they holding no flush. Shacks and juices and everything's wild and joints all electric. So let this song-
Just making up a bunch of shit that doesn't mean anything. Just making up a bunch of shit that means nothing and having a good old time. That's called writing some songs and having a good old time. That's what B. Schnids does. I'm having a good time. Am I trying to write a hit? Am I trying to what can I do? What can I do to make people what can I do to make money? Fuck no. That's not what your boy B. Schnids do. What I'm doing is I'm having fun, people. I have to admit, I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. I just get to have fun. I mean, I've never had any hits. So it's not like I had some hits and now I don't have hits. And people are like, oh, what happened to Bobby? He had them hits, but now he don't have no hits no more. He's losing his shit. No, never had hits. And when you've never had hits, you don't have to write hits. I can just have fun and write songs like that where I'm just making up a bunch of shit. Man, I haven't played that song in... I probably only played that song live maybe once or twice and then never played it again because it's an almost impossible song to play with a band unless you've got like the best R&B band in the world, which I don't. I have a wonderful band, but they're not goddamn, what's that band? They're not Blackstreet. I think that's the name of the band that do that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyways, that song is fun. And there it is. That's in the song club because I wrote it, and you will get it if you're a Patreon member. And if you're not, that's all you get. You just get that little snippet. You have to listen to this podcast over and over again to hear that little snippet. And it's hard to play that. Like you go, oh, let me put this song on. And then it's the whole podcast. First me talking shit about the fucking Phoenix airport, and then who knows what else the fuck I talked about on this episode. And then finally, after like 22 minutes, I play Viva La Get Down. You're like, oh, this is the jam, but then it's only half of it. And then your date's like, what the fuck? Why don't you have the whole song? You're like, oh, because I didn't want to spend 42 cents on Patreon because I'm not a baller. And then she's like, or he, well, whoever, he or she, whoever you're hanging out with, they're like, wherever their like sex organs are, that shit all like fucking goes, dries up and shrivels up and then falls off. And like, what's that? And like, oh, that's my sex organs just dried up and fell off my body because you couldn't afford to be on B. Schneider's Patreon. Now, of course, all you with the BDE, all the people that are Patreon members, which is pretty much probably like 98% of people listening to this. You guys are like, oh yeah, I've never had that problem. I've never like been hanging out with somebody and then had all their sex organs shrivel up and fall off their body. Because I am a baller. Let's listen to another. This is another old ass song. It's not that old, actually. It's actually only like 5 years old. It's called Makin' Rain. This is a song about... It's really a song about me watching Yo MTV Raps back in the 80s or 90s. And they used to have all these videos, these rap videos where they would go into these like black strip clubs, probably in Atlanta, I'm assuming. And these guys would just be like fucking throwing money around and like making it rain dollar bills or 20s or 5, whatever. Anyways, these places looked like places I would be very uncomfortable being in. Like, first of all, I hate titty bars. Always have, never liked them. Just, they're gross. I feel uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't participate in it and feel good about myself as a human being. Like, I've tried it. I've tried going a few times. I've probably been in 4 or 5 titty bars in my life. And I went one time with, God damn it. Why can't it? Oh, Vallejo. I went with the Vallejo guys, if you know that band from Austin. And these guys were the king of the titty bars. They would go every day or like a couple times a week. So I went to this place called the Yellow Rose with them. And like the owner knew them. We got the whole VIP treatment. They knew who I was. And we went in there and they're like giving us like Viagra. And I'd never had Viagra in my life at that point because I was like in my early 30s. Now I'm in my late 30s. So, maybe I've had a taste of the old blue lozenge. But back then I was like, I'm not taking this shit. And I didn't. But the Vallejo boys all took it. So now they're all must have been hard as fucking rocks in there. Anyways, and they had these girls coming over and giving us lap dances for free or whatever. And this one girl, I swear to God, I thought we had like a love connection. Then it turns out she was like the owner's girlfriend. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? Anyways, it was horrible. I hated it. Never went back. I was like, well, if this is as good as it gets, I'm done. Now, I did go to one with my bandmates in Portland, Oregon I think it was called Union Jacks. And I will say that was the best titty bar I'd ever been to. And mainly because these women that worked in there were doing these crazy pole maneuvers, like acrobatics. They were like pole dancers, like gymnasts. And they were amazing. Now, they were completely naked. They can't even wear like panties there for some reason. So they were completely naked, which they didn't seem to mind. But again, it It's gross. But I will say, because they took such pride in what they were doing and were so good at what they were doing, it kind of made it better. And they seemed cool. Like they were all tatted up and super strong. Obviously, they were still in, getting paid to be naked. Anyways, I went one time and never went back. And that's all my titty bar experience. But this song, Making Rain, is about watching those videos and these guys making it rain and just thinking, well, I'll never be that. I'll never be that type of person to make it rain in a titty bar. But I can write a song about it. So let's check it out. Here we go. That's not the song. This is the song. Let's turn it up. Not too much.
What would you do if I learned Kung Fu? If I made my mark, made a fool of you? What would you say if I took my ass out of its cage and let it rain? What if my mind caught on fire? And what if your love was my only desire? And what if my house was made of gold? And what if I told you that I could take over my neck and make it rain? And make it rain. Yeah, make it rain.
Oh, yeah, it's like the Beatles.
Making it rain. What if I took my muddy eyes out?
Yeah.
Made them shine down like diamonds, begin glowing like the sun in Mexico.
Beatles.
What if I changed planes? If I changed planes, fucking change.
What if I changed planes? Oh my God. I feel like that's the most baller thing you can possibly do is change planes. I have a friend, Jimmy Brooks, who was dating this fashion model back in the 90s. And I thought, man, this is like the best. This is the most beautiful, handsomest couple I've ever seen in my life. Like, Jimmy was the coolest dude I'd ever met. He was good looking, just cool. And she was like super hot, French, flirty as fuck. Anyway, she was as big of a supermodel as you can get, flying all over the world doing these photo shoots. So she had a photo shoot like maybe in Greece or something, and she was flying out of New York, and she got to the airport and realized that the plane was like, it wasn't like a direct flight. It was like stopping off in London or stopping off in France or something. There was a layover, and she was like, fuck that. I'm not taking a layover. Whatever it was, she switched planes. Like at the airport, she was just like, fuck it, and bought a different ticket, probably first class, and got on that plane, didn't tell anybody about it, and flew to her destination. Now, the plane that she was supposed to be on fucking crashed into the ocean and killed everybody on the plane. Everybody died. And everybody who knew her thought she was on that flight. And so they thought she was dead because this is like pre-cell phones. This is like early 90s. Anyways, they found out she was alive. She found out she was alive. And then I guess she just went into some weird guilt thing where she just started doing drugs all the time, and that relationship ended badly. But I still I'd think about, like, if she didn't have that sort of prima donna, like, fuck it, I'm not going to do the layover, she would have died. And I just thought, well, that's as baller as it gets. Obviously, if you got your own fucking plane, maybe that's more baller. But if you got your own plane, you got your own plane. Maybe if you had your own plane and you got on your plane and it smelled like oranges one day, and you were like, I don't like the smell of oranges, and you bought another brand new plane, that would be more baller. So that's really the only thing that's more baller. Now, is that ever going to happen in the history of the world? Probably. There's definitely a dude that's gotten on his plane and was like, oh, it smells like oranges. And he's like, I can't take oranges. And then he just immediately buys another G4 or G5. I'm like on the spot. I'll buy your plane. And then he gets on it and he's like, this smells good. And then that's as baller as it gets. Now, is that guy definitely wearing a sheet? Definitely the dude who's buying the other plane because his plane smells like oranges is wearing a sheet. He's definitely not wearing jeans. No way is that dude wearing jeans. That's all I know. All I know is that he is wearing something made out of sheet and it's free-flowing. Like his shit is free-flowing. There's nothing constricted around on his body. Because that's the way you roll when you're the big baller. All right, let's listen to this song. Then this is an old song. This is a song, I don't know if I wrote this in the early 90s. I probably did. I probably wrote it around 94, 95. I used to play it with this band called The Scabs. I played it one time. I played it a few times. And while I was playing the show, this lady comes up and she puts a bunch of bandages at the base of my microphone, which I thought was strange and definitely made me pause. It was during the show, so I mean, I just had to keep going. I'm a pro. And at the end of the show, she comes up to me and she's like holding a newspaper. And I'm like, hey, I saw those bandages. You know, here's the thing. In the music business, every once in a while you're going to run into some crazy folks in the music business. They're a little unhinged. They think that you're writing songs for them or talking to them and you're not. You're just writing songs for yourself. Anyways, this lady thought I was writing real songs about real shit, including this next song called The Man from Outer Space. And she goes, I didn't know how deep the cut was. So as soon as she said, I didn't know how deep the cut was, all the red flags in my brain immediately went up to full mast. I was like, oh, I'm dealing with a crazy person for sure. So I was like, let me change the subject from this cut, bandage, equation, which makes no sense because there was no cuts. And I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. So I was like, what's that paper you're holding? And she goes, they found a planet in our solar system. And she holds it up at some article where they found a new planet or something. And she was like, I want you to tell them to like take it back or something. And that's when I went, hey lady, you think I'm the man from outer space because I have a song called The Man from Outer Space, but I am not. I am from outer space, but my planet is Earth. And I live on Earth and always have. And yes, Earth is in outer space. But you're crazy. And I had a roommate who recently was diagnosed with schizophrenia, so I knew what that looked like. I was like, look, you might have an imbalance, like a chemical imbalance. I would suggest seeing a doctor. I'm not an alien. I'm not communicating with you. I'm not, maybe go talk to your parents, maybe see somebody. And then never saw her again, thank God. Because sometimes people like that, you see over and over again until finally you got to call the police and say, hey, this person's making me real uncomfortable. Anyways, let's listen to this song. It's called Man from Outer Space. It goes a little something like this. Oh, shit. Let's turn it up. Son. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Woo. Hey. All right.
little, never too little bit. I'm a man from outer space, mama. I have no bones to be broken. I'm a man from outer space, mama. I have no bones to be broken.
Oh, yeah.
Patty Jo Perino was an evil little woman. Kinda couldn't let a little rumor out of his sight. And Shirley Jones was a married woman. In Appleberry, Georgia, but that just ain't right. I'm a man from outer space, mama. Woo, got no bones to be broken. I'm a man from outer space, mama. I have no bones to be broken. Check it. Big Jim McCarty Jones was an evil son bitch. Woo! Dribble people head above with a 20-ton hit. Said to kill a man to bacon, but they never went to jail. No, they never found a body. Oh, just some fingers in the mail. Oh, yeah. Just some fingers in the mail. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, yeah. The man from outer space, mama. I have no bones to be broken. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you saw that I was just singing that. You're like, wait a minute. Is that the demo or is he just singing the song? Well, turns out that I just loaded up the instrumental version and not the version with the lyrics. But you will get the version with the lyrics when it comes out and not just sang it live. And you're probably like, damn, son, you can sing, boy. I know I can. It's so true. It's so damn true. But I mean, that's what I do, so I better be able to do it. That's the man from outer space, along with an old story about the scabs and crazy people. Here's another song. This is, again, I can't believe I haven't put this song out. This is one of my favorite songs that I've written. I like it because I talk about, I find religion and spiritual belief and the idea of God, I find all of it so fascinating. Now, I grew up super Catholic, went to German Catholic school, was very devout, very religious as a child, prayed every night, went to church every Sunday. My mom still goes to church. Now, I don't believe in the Catholic Church, and I don't believe that the stuff in the Bible's factual. I think they're beautiful stories. I think that Christianity is a beautiful mythology. I love Jesus Christ. I love the teachings of Jesus. I love all of that. But I don't hold much stock in it in terms of, like, I don't think that, it's just, for me, it's a work of fiction. It's a beautiful work of fiction. A lot of people find a lot of solace and comfort in it, in the stories, and believe in it totally, like my mom. And that's great. And that's wonderful, because it is a beautiful, beautiful story. It just doesn't work for me. But I went through a time as a teenager where I was just so angry because I felt like I'd been lied to. Like, oh, these motherfuckers have been lying to me about all this stuff. But I don't even know if they were lying. They were just, it's what they believed. And then at a certain point, it just didn't make sense to me. And then when I looked at it logically, I was like, I just don't buy it. I don't buy a lot of these tenets. Tenets? I don't fucking know. But I didn't just, there were some deal breakers. Like hell was a fucking complete deal breaker. And I mean, all of it. Eventually all of it is. And now that at this point in my life, I look at it and go, well, it's ridiculous. But at a certain point when I got sober, I had to find some sort of spiritual connection. I had to find some higher power that was going to keep me sober. And one of the things they told me in rehab was, they were like, well, you can just keep your mind open to the idea that you don't know if there is or isn't a God. And I was like, well, that makes perfect sense. I don't know. One way or the other. So if I'm using logic, I can say, well, then there's possibly could be. something and something about that idea just cracked my brain open enough to where I could believe in something that may or may not be and allow me to do the steps in my life which keep me sober. And one of those things is to pray. And I pray on my knees in the morning or whenever I need help. I pray to an unknown entity that I call God, but I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, I ask it for help in terms of just to give me strength to get through the day, to take away my fear, to help me be a better person, to help me be more accepting of people, to be honest, to be more loving. Not like, can I get a new car? But help me love this person more that I'm having a hard time with, or whatever it is. And by doing those things, I find a lot of relief in my life and a lot of comfort and a lot of strength. And I've been sober for 25 years, which I wasn't able to do before I started doing that. And so it's allowed me to believe in something I don't know what it is. And I love that. I love believing in an unknown God that may or may not exist, because it gives me a lot of hope. Because when you tell me what God is, when you tell me, look, there's a book here and it's got all the facts in it, I'm going to look at it and go, this is all bullshit. And it disallows me from believing in that power, in that thing that gives me a lot of strength and a lot of comfort and a lot of joy. So again, whatever you believe in, that's great. Believe in it. Keep believing it. Don't stop believing. I'm not going to try to convince my mom to stop believing. But if you can't believe in that stuff like me, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't believe in something that can't be known. You can. Anyways, I like the way I talk about it in this song a lot. So let's check it out. It's called The Love Theme from MORK and MINDY. Let's turn it up.
Oh, the cold white winter, it waits for us all. Even in the heat of summer, you can hear its call. And all the angels and all their friends, they'll be waiting for us in the end. It doesn't matter what you believe. The world is the way it was meant to be. We'll all be proven wrong, you'll see. So play me the love theme from MORK and MINDY on your piano while I play guitar. We'll throw the world out on its ear and do what we want while we're here. Love is never new, it's forever. You just use it as you're passing through. So use up as much as you can chew up. There will always be more.
There you have it. I usually don't listen to the whole song like that, but man, I have to say, I do. I know I wrote that song, but I do love that song. There's something very sweet about it. And again, I don't know. I want people to be happy. I don't want to try to talk anybody out of their happiness so that I can be right. I really don't. Now, I mean, of course I'm going to get upset and I'm going to talk about it because what else the fuck am I going to talk about? I'm a fucking dude in his late 30s. Of course I'm going to talk about shit that makes me upset. But ultimately, what I really want is I want for you and for all the people that you care about and all the people that you don't care about and all the people that I don't care about and all the people I care about. I want everybody just to be happy. And whatever that means, it doesn't necessarily mean you're laughing or smiling. I just want people to feel like they're okay. Because ultimately, we are okay. We're okay our whole lives. And we don't understand that most of the time. I don't understand it most of the time. Some people do. Some people understand that they're happy, and I love that idea. It hasn't been me. I have a hard time enjoying anything. But my wish is for people to be happy, and I'm glad I get a chance to play a small part in that for some folks. It really does make me happy when people come up and tell me, oh, like your music really got me through a hard time, or I really relate to it, or whatever. I used to want to like talk people out of it and go, look, I didn't write this song for you. I wrote it because I like writing songs. But now I'm just like, oh, that's so cool that I got a chance to be a part of you having an experience and me providing some comfort in that experience that was hard. Like, it really means a lot to me in a way that it used to not mean that much to me. So I don't know what that is. It's me getting older. It's me having a daughter, maybe 2 kids now, divorced, married, remarried. I don't know what it is. Just less testosterone, less wanting to fight. Maybe just being humbled by the world and how enormous it is and uncaring and indifferent for the most part. So anyways, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here with you on this podcast, in the Song Club, on Patreon, at my live shows. And I wish you a wonderful month ahead. And hope that you're good to yourself and are able to enjoy it. And with that, let's listen to the last song here. It's called Hillbilly Elephant. Now, this is another song that I really, truly love. I recorded it on an album called The Bullet and the Gun, which I never released. I also have the original that I recorded in my studio. It's really old and kind of janky. And then I recorded it for the Californian, but never released it on the California record. So you're going to get all 3 versions. So instead of 8 songs, you're going to get 10. Because that's the way I do on the Song Club. I give a little extra. Not because I have to, because I want to. All right, so let's listen to, I'll play a little bit of each one, and we'll get out of here on these songs. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. All right, let's start out with the orig and see what we got here. Yeah. That's some arty shit right there. That's Deichkind, baby. Deichkind style. That's that German new wave, son. Oh, yeah.
Send me the flipper boy, cool as Colorado, had a bunch of fingers.
All right, now here's the Bullet and the Gun version. That goes a little something like this. Oh, yeah. This is probably the version I'd listen to. I like this. Produced by Gurf Morlix. It's got a wizard name.
Sammy the flipper boy, cool as Colorado, had bunch of fingers, but no damn arms.
All right, and then finally, this is the version that's...
Sammy the flipper boy, cool
the Californian. This one will take it out on. All right, everybody. See you next time.
Overnight, using his feet. Put a percentage saved in a dirty pickle jar. Said he was gonna buy himself something nice. He had a mama who really, really loved him. His daddy was a deadbeat. His daddy would say, you just say evil, hold in the coal mine. Keep it in so nobody can see. I got a heart as heavy as a hillbilly elephant. More love, fish in the sea. You got the evil, hold in the coal mine. Keep it in so nobody can see. I got a heart as heavy as a hillbilly elephant. More love, fish in the sea. He had a girlfriend, her name was Muley. She worked at Walmart just like him. She was a retard. She had a retarded smile, but it kinda liked the way she said his name.